Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to the channel, part 66. We are back way sooner than expected. That'll be at least another week or so until more news would drop, but not the case. No, not the case at all. We have three movies to talk about today, two of which have gained release dates, and the other has changed its release date so much it has legitimately driven me to utter madness. So we might as well talk about that movie first. And that movie is my mortal enemy, Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway. Yes, it has changed its release date again. I know. This is highly annoying. You find this highly annoying, as do I, but this is what they feel is right for some reason. Like, I truly don't understand anything about what's going on here because this movie has changed its release date so many times. It is truly absurd. I just found out today that including pre-pandemic release changes, this will now be its 10th. Let me repeat that. Its 10th release date change. So this now today, this new date, June 11th, this will now be its 10th release date. So Peter Rabbit 2, 10 release dates. That I I don't even know what to say to that. It's just crazy. I mean, Deadline just puts it best right here. The release date calendar moves for Sony's Toon sequel are multiplying like rabbits. Exactly. I couldn't have put it any better way myself. Like that's what's happening here. Like I of all the movies to get this type of treatment, why Peter Rabbit 2? Sony must have some serious faith in this movie to be willing to push it back so much to a ridiculous degree. Like it's almost like this is a live or die movie for them. Like if this movie fails, the whole studio goes under. That's what it feels like. And in order for all of you to truly understand just how ridiculous this whole thing is, I'm going to tell you all of Peter Rabbit 2's previous release dates, including its current one. That way you can truly grasp the insanity that's going on here. So let's begin. So Peter Rabbit 2, it was supposed to come out February of 2020. It got pushed back to April of 2020, and that's when Sony assumed it was going to come out. You know, it had trailers, marketing, all that jazz. It was ready to go. Then COVID happened, and everything changed. It got pushed back to August of 2020, then January of 2021, then April of 2021, then June of 2021, then May of 2021. So it moved up. My guess is that Sony will become more confident, in the domestic marketplace, but apparently not for long because they pushed it back to July 2021. And then because I'm assuming Godzilla versus Kong and that success story, they pushed it up to June 2021, and now it's been pushed up again same month, June 2021. That's like I'm just going to I'm just going to let you all process that for a moment cuz it's nuts, man. So yeah, Peter Rabbit 2's new date is June 11th, literally 2 weeks from now. Like this whole move seems incredibly last minute. Like I mean, at least like Boss Baby 2 had a month. It had like a month before, it has a month before that movie comes out when it changed its release date. But Peter Rabbit 2 had 2 weeks, and now it's 2 weeks. 2 freaking weeks. Like, ugh. It's making my brain hurt. So now it's going to be going up against In the Heights instead of going up against Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. But let's be real, I don't think Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard would have been a real threat because the two movies have vastly different target audiences. So it wouldn't have been a problem. But I'm assuming this release date change is because if Peter Rabbit 2 stuck to that June 18th release date, it would have only had 1 week to make any money until F9 came out in America. So, I mean, I understand why they would do such a thing, but still, it's ugh, it's maddening. So now it's gonna go up against In the Heights. Like this whole thing is funny because in a previous canceled video, I actually talked about these two movies changing their release dates. In the Heights was supposed to come out June 18th, then got pushed up to June 11th, and but then actually it was Peter Rabbit 2 that got pushed back to July, and then the next cancel episode after that, where I talked about Peter Rabbit 2, it got pushed up to June. But still, like both these movies, In the Heights and Peter Rabbit 2, at one point in time had that June 18th release date. They both said yikes and moved up. So now they're going up against each other, which again, I don't think is going to be an issue for either movie because again, the target audiences are very, very different. So now Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard has a weekend all to itself. So good for that movie. But yeah, I'm done. I'm done talking about Peter Rabbit 2. I never want to talk about it again. I talked about it so much. I talked about it since this series first started. Like the first time I really talked about it was part 4. And I may have even mentioned it in the very first episode. like, oh, like I'm hoping the last time I ever talk about this movie, it's in its prediction video and a recap video. That's it. I never want to think about this movie ever again. It has haunted my dreams. Like, it needs to go. It needs to come out already. Like, seriously. Okay, so that's enough of me rambling about Peter Rabbit 2. Now it's time for the other two movies. So, first up, we got Infinite. I've talked about this movie several times when it comes to the canceled series. It was supposed to come out literally this weekend. That was the plan. But Paramount said, nah, we're not doing that. And they pushed it all the way back to September. And then they said, nah, again. And they said, you know what? Theaters, nah, we're not doing that. We're not gonna make this theatrical. We gotta put something on Paramount Plus. We gotta make people buy this thing. So they essentially dumped the movie onto Paramount Plus. And it was supposed to come out in June, but what date? They wouldn't say. Well, now we know what date that is. June 10th. Literally 2 weeks from now. This thing is supposed to come out, which is even more last minute than Peter Rabbit 2. 'Cause at least Peter Rabbit 2 had marketing and trailers and posters and everything. Infinite has none of that. I bet people barely know this movie even exists. Like, what is this? Like a Cloverfield movie where it has like ultra last minute marketing? Like, I don't get it. Maybe it's because Paramount just has no faith in the movie. That might be the case. But yeah, if you want to watch this movie, you gotta pay up for a Paramount Plus account. I mean, I know I have Paramount Plus. Yes, I bought the thing. But even as someone who owns Paramount Plus, I don't give a shit about this movie. I'm never gonna watch it. I just don't care. So, but for those of you who are interested in it, you better get that Paramount Plus account if you want to watch it. So yeah, that's Infinite. Now, oh, a No Time to Die is staying theatrical. That's been confirmed. Like all the Bond movies will be theatrical, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. But as of all the other MGM movies, I don't know, because that deal happened today. It's official. Amazon bought MGM for 8.45 billion dollars. So it is official now. So yeah. So that happened. And now the last movie we're talking about, Moonfall from Roland Emmerich, a dude who just really needs to retire at this point. Let's be real. But the thing is, I've never talked about Moonfall before because I've had no reason to. But now it finally has a release date, because before this it was kind of in the ether, because it was supposed, like, the production for this movie was supposed to, like, it was, apparently it was just getting underway in Canada, right? It was just starting, but then COVID hit and it caused apparently months of delays, right? Because obviously it's hard to film in COVID. It's a complete nightmare. And the movie eventually started filming in apparently October, all right? So, but then I guess they just needed to wait and see, the marketplace recover to an extent. They needed to wait till everything like cooled down, and apparently things have cooled down enough to where this movie will now come out February 4th, 2022. The thing is, that date says here at the bottom, Moonfall becomes the first big movie to stake out the early February date next year. Yeah, that date was empty for the longest time. But I guess Moonfall, they saw an opportunity and they took that slot, which I think is smart. Because, there are quite a few open slots next year. So, like, any of these 2021 movies that feels is way too crowded, you can take those 2022 slots. I mean, you can. Wouldn't hurt. But yeah, I mean, honestly, this whole movie just sounds ridiculous. Like, I mean, I can read the synopsis right here. In Moonfall, mysterious force knocks the moon from its orbit around Earth and sends it hurling on a collision course with life as we know it. I mean, that that, that sounds so scientifically fucked. I don't even know what to say. Like, it sounds exactly like a Roland Emmerich movie, because this dude has made, he pretty much made the disaster genre, at least in modern times, like a thing. Like, he made Independence Day, Day After Tomorrow, 2012. Those are the big three. So he's made a career out of this genre, and this seems to be like no exception because it sounds exactly the same. But I don't know. This movie feels very stupid and dumb, and it just feels like more of the same. But I know for all you Roland Emmerich fans out there, you're probably excited about this. But for me, nah. I mean, maybe if the trailer looks hilarious, then I might check it out. But if it doesn't, then I'm not going to watch it. So yeah, this movie needs to look unintentionally hilarious for me to pay money to see it. If it takes itself too seriously, then what's the point? There's no, what's the fun in that? So yeah, that's what happened today. Bit more exciting than last episode. So I guess now it's time to ask, what will happen next? May is good. I mean, May's almost over, so that's a given. June, well, we can scratch off Samaritan. That's not coming out. It's just not. June is good. July looks good at this point in time. I mean, I know Escape Room 2 has a trailer. All right, it has a trailer. That's not going anywhere. I don't know about July 23rd. Like, I know Snake Eyes has a trailer. I know Hotel Transylvania 4 has a trailer. Old, hmm, it might move because it's a little too crowded on that date. The rest of July looks fine. August looks okay at a glance. September. One of these September 24th movies might go. I know Dear Evan Hansen started its marketing campaign, so I don't see that leaving. Maybe Eyes of Tammy Faye, but I don't know. October. Don't know about Doom. I think No Time to Die will stay because it's changed its release date too many times. They're not willing to move it again. I know Last Night in Soho staying. That just got a trailer, marketing, and everything. So why would that go anywhere? November, not sure. I think it looks fine. Yeah, it looks fine. December, it looks a tad crowded, but most Decembers are. So things will probably stay the same, maybe. You got all these other movies that are currently in the ether as we speak. Uh, there's After We Fell. I hope to God that does not get a theatrical release date. And then 2022, you got that. Let's see, what dates are open. January 21st. That date's open. Like any movie can take that slot if it wants. Then there's February 25th. Any small movie that wants to come out can. They can take that. There's March 18th is open. April 1st is open. April 22nd, 29th, uh, the 3rd of June, like June 23rd. Uh, yeah, a lot of slots are open. It's surprising. August 5th, um, August 19th. Oh wait, that August is already August 19th. What is it? August 26th. There's September 2nd. September 2nd. Uh, September 2nd. September 30th. There's, what is it? October 28th. There's, gosh, there's so many open slots. It's crazy. There's the 9th of December and there's the 2nd of December. Now you got so many open slots for all these movies. Like, if any of these 2021 movies aren't confident, then take those slots. Take those open slots. They're right there. Take them. Or maybe they're gonna put movies that don't have a release date at the moment. They're just gonna put them there. That's what I think. Or they're just gonna go the streaming route or PVOD route. But yeah, anywho, that is it. That is all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? I got a playlist on the homepage of all previous canceled canceled episodes. All at this point on all the other 65. Where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't for very obvious reason. So if you're interested in wanting to know what happened to all these movies that you were looking forward to, I highly suggest you watch this series. That way you're up to date on what's going on. There's also box office predictions where I predict box office. I'm gonna do my Cruella and Quiet Place Part 2 videos very, very soon, because that weekend is hella important for the movie industry. And I don't want to miss it. So if you want to check out any of my past prediction videos from like 2019, 2020, even the ones I made this year, you can go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. The May recap will come out next week. That's a guarantee. It'll probably come out mid-week after the whole Memorial Day is over. So, yeah. But if you want to check out any of my past recap videos, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.